Hello, good day everyone. Today I'm going to talk and walk you through some of the most important AI terminologies that from the foundation of the modern artificial intelligence. AI is rapidly transforming how we live, work, and make decisions, and understanding these core concepts will help all of us stay relevant in the evolving landscape of the AI. With that, I want to introduce you with some of the introduction to the AI terminologies. Okay, through the visual fundamentals. Artificial, and first of all, just introduction. Artificial intelligence is no longer a futuristic idea that I used to talk to you, all the time. It's all around us, from our smartphones and work tools to cars, healthcare, entertainment, and so on. AI is quietly empowering everyday experiences. But behind these applications, there are certain fundamental concepts which everybody must know about it. So let's break down them in a simple, visualistic way, which you can see on my screen. So, first of all, understanding machine learning. What is machine learning? Okay, machine learning is a subset of AI. That means this is this component of AI that enables computers to learn from data without being explicitly programmed. Instead of telling the system to do step by step, we provide data and let the algorithm detect patterns. This is how email spam filters or product recommendation works. With that, building on that is deep learning. Okay, so, which means the machine learning basically complements the deep learning, or deep learning complements machine learning. So deep learning, the second one, is an advanced machine learning techniques using neural networks with a multiple layer to process complex data, to mimic human brain structure, to recognize the patterns, images, speech, and other things, right? These deep learning systems, okay, relies on the neural networks. This is the third keyword, neural networks. The neural network structures are inspired by the human brain. Neural networks. That means we human beings have the large frame of neurons, and every neuron, just like atom, those are interconnected with each other with inside our brains. Basically, which those neurons detect, sensitize, and inform our central brain system, the central coral of the brain. The similar way, the neural networks frame has been designed to act and work. So it is made of interconnect nodes. During training, these networks learn how to recognize patterns and make predictions. With that, we'll go the next concept, that is called training and data concept. Okay, the first component you see, and that is the very first, another terminology, data, training the data. This is the information the system learns from. Just like a student performance depends on the quality and the study material. An AI model's accuracy depends heavily on the data it is trained on. The second terminology is algorithm, what we are quite talking about in between. So these are the rules or mathematical instructions that tell the system how to learn from the data, how to interpret the data which has been given to us. Okay, the third, what you see on the screen, is terminology that is called model, and we often called as machine learning models and AI models, right? This is the end product of the process. So after learning from the data, the model can make predictions or decisions on a new or unseen inputs. Okay, so these are very crucial to understand. So next subset of the of these terminologies is the types of learning. Okay, so in the while you are learning AI and machine learning, you will get to know all these terminologies, and quite often in your in your trainings, in your academics and institutions, or maybe if you are being self-learner, you will also see across these videos and videos over the internet and these contents. So the types of learning, basically there's you see three types of learning: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and enforcement learning. Now go one by one. What is supervised learning? Supervised learning, that means you already know the data. So here the model learns from the labeled data, so that the data provided to the machines already been labeled. It is similar to a student learning with the answer key, where the input output pairs are very clear. Example includes image labeling or predicting house prices. For an example, you have been different images for cats, dogs, horses, elephants, and so on, and every image has been a tag and labels. So that is comes into supervised learning. That means data already, there is a known labels to the data. Unsupervised learning, because there is no learning at all. In this method, the system works on the unlabeled data. You can say unstructured unlabeled data. So in this way, in this learning, the machine tries to find the hidden patterns on its own without any labeling, like grouping the similar customers or detecting anomalies in the data. For an example, I'll give you, if you see, the same patterns, you will group them into one, because at least you only recognize one by them by them the patterns. For an example, you have been multiple dots of green, and then you have the multiple dots of same structure in green, red, and white. You combine them because you see the some similarities. So that that is comes in the unsupervised learning. The last branch is reinforcement learning. This involves learning through the trial and error. For an example, the system receives rewards for the correct actions. Just an example, think of it like a training pet. Okay, you have a pet in your home and you are training that pet. Okay, good actions are rewarded. Okay, so you train them on the good habits, and while your pet is not been acting good, just you've been that has been reprimanded, right? So helping the models improve over the time that way. Okay, so with the good actions, this is used in the robotics and gaming, in particular gaming AI. Now next to this, in the next slide, if you see the very important terminology and feature, that is called natural language processing, NLP in short. You will see quite about it. So natural language processing enables machines to understand and generate human language. If you are interacted with chatbots ever, the translation apps or voice assistants, that's NLP at work. So for an example, at least every one of you has the mobile in your hands and some digital equipments, right, which has, for an example, I'll give you chat GPT. Everybody knows about it. So that has a voice assistant commands. You just open your mic, and then you can give some voice commands, whatever dialect you have, in English, in Hindi, or in your personal dialect, and it will try to translate that and give you back answers. So this NLP includes three major categories. It's text analysis, understanding the written context, what you have written. Speech recognition, that means you have been given as a speech, as a voice command, so converting that voice into text. Language generation, that means producing human like responses, right? As I said, in the different dialect and languages what you have. So today's, for an example, the biggest example of the NLP in the scenario of the current world is generative tools like chat GPT are built on the advanced NLP programs. So NLP is a key terminology in the AI world. Now, the next is very important to learn also about is that the sixth, that is computer vision concept and computer vision fundamentals. Okay, so the ability for machines to interpret visual informations, for an example, via image recognition, identifies what is in the picture. Object detection not only identifies the object but also locates them within the image. Crucial for technology like autonomous vehicles, right? Third is the pattern recognition. Helps systems find regularities and categorize data based on learned patterns. That is comes all under the computer vision. Next to it, there are certain advanced AI concepts like generative AI and transfer learning and AI bias. Now let's look at generative AI. This type of the AI creates new content. For an example, you can create text, you can create images, videos, music, and even you can ask to write a code. Tools like ChatGPT or DALE or even more, right? Many more nowadays. Those are heavily depending on the generative AI. The second is the transfer learning. Here is a model trained on one task is reused for another. And this is very significant. This significantly reduces the time and data needed to build a new model. That means the same data set you can use for the different trainings and different to building the different models. AI bias, that is another new feature and terminology. The AI system can reflect biases present in their training data. Okay, so this makes ethical AI design extremely important to ensure very fair, transparent, and trustworthy outcomes. So that means you should have very sanitized, right set of data, the curated ones, before you get the answers. So those answers are not being biased. Apart from that, building AI literacy now, that is the last action before to conclude, the understanding these core concepts and terminologies are very crucial and essential for navigating in the AI driven world for everyone who's been going through the AI learning and aspiring stand on candidates and profession to take in a profession further on it. As AI becomes embedded in the business decisions, right, product features and customer experiences, being a literate empowers us to make informed choices. So my advice to all of you who are watching this video is, please keep on learning. The field is evolving very fast. Ask questions. No question is too basic. Okay, every question matters. Stay informed, that means especially about AI ethics and emerging innovations. Keep it tight eye on it and keep on moving. I hope this chapter will give you, some understanding on the key terminologies before you go the advanced levels learning on each of these subjects. Okay, so my closing statement on this before I close my video is that AI is not here to replace us. I'm very very confident that if you go through it at time and pace, it is here to empower us and give more understanding and better life. And by understanding these key concepts, I hope we place ourselves in a better position to leverage AI effectively, responsibly, and creatively. Thank you so much. I hope you will get through it. And by the next time, I'll come with the more subjects, okay, one by one. So you guys have the fundamentally and theoretically brushed everything before you go into the practical and the deep in the approach of the AI. Thank you so much, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and even share to other colleagues who are aspiring candidates and students to learn about it. Thank you so much, and have a nice day, evening, and whatever time left of the day. Thank you so much, and see you again in the next video. By the time, have a nice learning and nice day. Thank you so much, guys.